What's good? I'm BT, and I'm just talking about life in general. I talk about various different topics on this channel, but the topic of discussion on this particular video is where have all the hustles gone? And let's talk about it. Where have all the hustles gone, man? And years ago, if you kind of like pressed for cash or you just need to make ends meet. Somebody had a little side hustle, man, a business or whatever. You know, it seems like it's becoming less and less, or just people are just not getting creative, or just really don't see, no other option to make money, right? And years ago, you can go to a wholesaler and buy a case of water. It sounds crazy, but buy a case of water, if it depending on if it's gonna be a hot day, that following day, you would freeze it or get an igloo ice case and fill it up with ice and, go up there on the corner. And I've seen young people and old people do it, just to get by, right? But within these last few decades, people don't carry cash as much, and they might have a digital wallet. They may have something in the way of like Cash App, or they may have a tap to pay option on their iPhone, or they may have a digital wallet on their iPhone, and that's how they may send and receive funds, right? And people giving their devices to people in good faith or scanning QR codes are being ripped off. And so like some of these street corner hustles or these like seemingly innocent hustles are disappearing because people are losing faith in people's honesty, man. And you had people that used to do like home improvement, handymans, and now it's to the point where those guys or some guy out there that had a pretty reputable name or seemed like they did good work, they come to your house and they quote you on the materials and the whole nine, and then lo and behold, they tear up your bathroom or try to refinish your basement and just leave you just high and dry. It ain't nothing worse than calling that person, then it's going straight to voicemail or it's going on radio silent, right? And y'all kind of see like where I'm going with this, right? We have a few bad apples out there that, kind of ruined it for like people, like future generations or people that's currently doing it now. But it's getting to the point where, those hustles would have definitely helped like a father or a man that's like really trying to make ends meet, or he in between jobs. And it's just sad that people ruin the hustles, man. And like anything, once people probably get wind to it, another thing, it may get oversaturated, right? And then your chances to make money become less and less. And and that's just, I think that's just the nature of things, because like you getting paid for it, or if the work is pretty easy or it was pretty straightforward, you ain't got a boss or anything, that's how it goes. But tell me, have you noticed like side hustles or hustles are becoming less and less and few far in between? It just seems like it's the well has ran dry. Tell me what y'all think, man. From years ago, have y'all ever, if you were like a independent contractor, for years, and you noticed that your chances of making money has become less and less and few far in between, man? Leave a comment down below, man. I appreciate y'all hearing what I got to say. And, you know, if y'all got a friend or a family member, you know, that's going through this, you know, just let them know that, you know, just keep on plugging away and just do good business. You know, if you know people that's doing bad business, deter them from it, man. That's bad, you know, because you mess it up for everybody. All right, y'all. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.